Hey everybody, Al Puglisi Trains, and this is a final episode of this incredible big O-scale station. Part one, we talked about the inception of this station. Howard drew up plans from his imagination. There was a hotel he built in HO scale that we featured on the channel that sold to a client. I absolutely loved this hotel, and I wanted similar flavor but to turn it into a train station. Well, Howard said, no, it's a hotel. You can't turn that into a train station. But he designed from the ground up this incredible station for me. And it is just absolutely spectacular. And Howard is back there. We're going to talk to him in a minute. But let me just do an overview of this incredible piece of art. All right, folks, I can't take this outside to film it. It would be pretty difficult, but I want to give you an eye level of it. And it is a big structure. It's not quite as big as Station Zilla. Station Zilla was what, about 9 feet? 8?
It was 8 feet by 2.5.
Okay, and this one is about a little under 2 by 6.
By 6 feet.
By 6. So not quite as big as Station Zilla, but nevertheless big. And just showing you some Gothic Victorian or Appalachian Gothic style here. Howard style. It's just beautiful. Let's just zoom in and take a look. It's just absolutely beautiful building. And you got a nice long platform that can suck up 4 O-scale cars. It's a 48-inch long platform. And let me give you some different views. Here is a entrance. So there's actually 2 grand entrances. There's this grand entrance on this side, and then you've got the other grand entrance on the side that I just showed you.
There's also one in the back too.
And there's one in the back. I'll show you in just a second. And there's the rear. It's flexible. You can have.
Al,
Yes.
would it help you put those lights on?
No, this is good. It's looking good. And let me show you a different view of it from the air. You've got the platform there. This is a crow flies view from the air. And there's Howard. How you doing, Howard?
You and that damn crow. How about a helicopter view?
How about you kill the crow?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Crow for dinner.
Crow for dinner. You had a story you told about a crow. Didn't he knock himself out or something, or was that a raven?
I had upstairs, I used to have metal closet doors.
Okay.
And I had the window open, and a crow flew in, slammed right into the metal door, and left a dent in it with his beak.
Damn.
So he was knocked out. So I picked the bugger up, spread his wings out, and I put him on the bed and went in to get a cold compress.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was spreading him out, I got a whiff of his breath. He must have one hell of a serious roadkill. But his breath was just horrible. Anyhow, when I came back for the cold compress, little critter was gone.
Oh, wow.
But his wingspan, they're quite big. Isn't it?
Yeah. Wow, that's a cool story. So,
Well, I got plenty of stories.
yes. This is really just giving another aerial view underneath here. And I put the lighting in it, later date. Just a absolutely beautiful station, and let's talk to Howard a little bit more about it. Here we go, Howard. Let's talk about this thing. The last episode we talked about the drawings. We showed people the drawings, and I just wanted a unique station. And I know that typically something this big would be brick, but
It'd be brick, stone, or marble. Could be anything, but the or cement block will look good.
Right.
However, I was very skeptical about building this out of wood because a station like this would rarely, I said underline rarely, maybe, again, let's think of John Allen.
Right.
No matter how bizarre or strange your model may be, rest assured there was once a prototype.
A prototype for it.
So this probably was a prototype for this.
Right.
We just don't know it.
Right.
However, you talked me into doing it in the wood. In all fairness, I said, okay, Al, it should be brick or it should be stone, but I'll make this thing look great in wood. And with your help, we did. It looks fine.
Yes. I'm very happy.
Better than I thought it would.
And we could always make build another one, folks, for you in stone or in brick or in wood if you like this.
See, we're learning. I know, but Al's learning this. Certain pieces of architecture, certain shapes, require certain colors and certain textures.
Yeah.
Something like this. Well, we broke the rule. It would look fine, but normally I would have built this out of brick or stone or a block.
Right. Well, I appreciate your flexibility with it, Howard.
Oh yeah, we're flexible. It turned out pretty well.
And folks, this high rail, 2-rail O scale, high rail scale, it's all O scale. So it doesn't matter whether you're a high railer and you're going to use 3-rail track.
Well, it's 1/4 inch of the foot.
Right. Or whether you're going to be like me and it's O scale 2-rail. We could just as easily slip Gargrave's 3-rail track in this thing and rock and roll. You've got yourself
or ON36.
Right. You've got yourself an incredible station. It can also be built in HO scale as well.
Now this will be lit. It's not lit up yet.
Right.
There'll be lights under the shed. There'll be lights it has a full interior.
Yes.
Has people, information booth, benches, everything inside. But you can't see it right now. Now the next video of this, I assume, will be when you install it on your layout.
Yes.
There's no scenery around here. This is just there'll be scenery all along here, bushes, plants, trees, all kinds of stuff. So this is the basic platform for it.
Right, and there's flexibility, folks. It's going to have, again, it's 2 tracks going in, and you can always have another track on the other side servicing it, so you can have 3 tracks going in.
Okay. Now, we'll talk a little bit about the style. We call this Appalachian Gothic. I studied my degrees in industrial design. My son's an architect. I have a grandson that's an architect. And I worked in architecture for a while, but it wasn't for me. Anyhow, we are going to elaborate more on where the Appalachian Gothic style comes from. Now, in about 3 weeks, and Al will be covering this, we'll be doing a series, probably about maybe a dozen serious Appalachian, not Appalachian, but Victorian and semi-Victorian homes.
Yes.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think Victorian Gothic.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Because, I'm still deaf. Everything I said vibrates in my ear.
Well, Howard,
it'll be a lot of fun to do that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And, this thing here, there's folks, we talk to a lot of high rail customers a lot. And, I've seen these people go out and buy $3,800 already made stations, and I'm not knocking them or anything, but if you want something that nobody else has got, this is your ticket. And again, Howard can design a station for you, or we can build you another one like this. Now, no two are exactly the same. Like Howard has always said, they're always a little bit different.
Yes.
And we're in the process now with another customer on a smaller station that sent us some templates of the platforms that he wants us to give him a price on and cut out. And next week we're going to do that. And we'll probably make a video of that too. And the customer sent us exact paper templates of where he wants the platforms to be. And that's going to match up to...
Well, that goes in conjunction with the station we're selling him.
Right, the station that we're selling him, which is a different station. Now, just so you know, folks, a station like this you're looking at, this is every bit of over 100 hours.
Yes.
I mean...
Well, that's okay. People realize we work for $3 an hour.
Right. Yeah. But this is over 100 hours, of both of us working on this thing, not including the material. I will tell you, folks, and again, this is no lie. This does not include the cars. The materials bill on this thing broke about $1,500 just for the materials. And we're not talking the cars either. The cars are, over and above that. We're talking the material to build this thing. It took 15, 14, 13 pieces of the clapboard.
It took 14 pieces of clapboard.
And those are $13.95 each.
Well, that also the window casting, it goes on and on.
It goes on and on and on. And just the pieces of gator foam that this thing sits on.
Now, didn't you tell me that I told you once on a small structure the materials were going to cost about $200?
Yes.
And you went ahead and you figured everything out to the penny.
To the penny.
And what did it come out to?
Came to $206. Folks, I thought, this is ridiculous. There is no way. And this is It was an SO station that we built in O scale. You can see it on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
We sell those SO stations for around $895, not including the cars. It came to $206. Now, some people say, oh, well, I can save you $5 on this or $8 on this. Look, we're getting a good deal on our materials. But, okay, whoopee-doo. You save 20%. That's still damn close to $200. You know, it's expensive. And, you know, the better figures, we were talking about this earlier, your better figures are $5 a pop.
Yeah, well, the woodland scenics actually turn at almost the same cost as Artista.
Right.
Artista are metal, but a little better than plastic.
Right.
So I think in the future, we ordered some woodland scenics. We still have some in stock, but we'll go back to Artista.
Right. And folks have said, well, you can get 3D printed figures for 10 cents, 20, 30 cents each. Yeah. But when you consider how much time it takes
to paint
them, and the level of detail of painting, you got the tie, you've got the shirts, you've got the shoes, you've got the eyeballs, you got everything there. How much time are you going to spend painting a whole bunch of these? So you're looking at $5 a pop for these really good quality figures. So it just goes on and on and on these. I think the Gator Foam, the two by 4 foot slabs of Gator Foam were over $100, weren't they, Howard?
One 4x8 sheet of Gator Foam 1/2 inch is $165.
Yeah, and that's
so we used half of that.
We used half that on this. So, you know, we'll be more than happy to do something for you. But again, folks, you know, it's not going to be for the timid, but it'll be a good piece of art and something that will be unique for you. So if you decide you are interested in having something like this done.
However, we will take trades. Brass will trade. Pussycats, love pussycats. Firstborn, we can take that.
Right.
Whatever.
It'll depend. But if you want one of these stations, folks, contact me and you could talk to Howard and I about it. They're not cheap. That's where we're going with this. But man, I'll tell you what, this thing is going to be absolutely incredible on my layout.
It'll be great.
Oh yeah, this thing's going to be insane. Now, I don't want to pull it apart right now, but Howard made this.
Here, I'll pull it apart.
All right, we'll pull it apart. There we go. It's a two-piece design. You can see how the steps there, but right up against the station.
I'll push it together.
So it's going to be much easier. Here, let me lift it just a tiny bit there, Howard. There we go. It'd be much easier to transport and move this thing. God forbid when I've got to get this thing home. Now, something this big, it's not going to ship. You really need to either pay us to deliver it or get an Uber driver, and you'd be way better off for something as big and heavy as this thing.
Not going to ship it.
Not going to ship it. To get somebody in Uber and have them pick it up for you. Because let me just show you, just so you get an idea, folks, and let me walk over to it. Here's a station here that we have for a customer. It's a much smaller station. And I haven't taken that to the post office yet, but it's going to probably run about $20 just to get a big roll of the bubble wrap for this thing. Then the special box for this thing is going to be about $10. You want to get a double box. So there goes $30 right away, right off the bat, just for the bubble wrap and for the box. And then you're going to have to insure this thing, and you're going to have to ship it in a really good sized box, because this station here is about 3 feet long, about 32 inches long by about 14, 15 inches wide. And it's going to require a good sized box. So it's going to be expensive to ship this. But talking about this thing here, this is just way too big to ship. Well, folks, thanks for watching. And Howard, thanks for building this thing, allowing me to live my dream through this building.
Built it together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And man, I will not. This one is not for sale, but if you want one similar to it, contact us at alpug1@verizon.net. Thanks so.
Mention how we start with designs. If they want us to design something, we will, but we charge a design fee.
Right.
However, if we do the job, we'll put the design fee into the final bill. Include that.
Right. And folks, another interesting thing that we talked about since Howard's we're getting ready to start and feature these Appalachian Victorian Gothics, is we're going to turn one of them into as a training exercise for me.
Everyone will be a training exercise.
I think we're going to take one of them, which is a big Victorian house, and turn it into...
We'll make a few O-scale.
Right.
Some of the HOs, some of the... I plan on doing 10 of them.
Okay.
I have 10, actually 12 designs I have.
Right.
That I have this started from scratch. And you saw some of the photographs the other day, you showed those.
Yes.
But I still done about 8 more Gothic, well, it's beyond Appalachian Gothic. They're true Victorian. But the problem with Victorian, it's not a problem, actually it's a lot of fun, is to make all the gingerbread.
Right.
And we got to figure that out.
Right. Well, folks, we're going to turn one of those mansions into a station, an HO station.
There's a few we can
do.
Right.
And we're going to explore that because for the town of Winston, I want an incredible station for the town of Winston.
Well, show that station up there.
It's a beautiful, this one is a beautiful station.
Right there.
Yes, this is a beautiful one. But I want to explore the other designs for the town of Winston on my HO layout. And then this one we featured a little while ago. This one is $1,700. This is a beautiful HO build. We featured this about a week or so ago on the channel.
Now, the house to the right is the ultimate example of Appalachian Gothic.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal.
Yes.
Quite frankly, I think it's too cheap.
Yeah.
But well,
it's pretty, but if you see something you like, contact us at alpug1@verizon.net. I'll have the link in there again. alpug1@verizon.net. Thanks so much, Howard.